You're having anxiety over what the EV market will be when we're all driving EVs. Well, Norway's already there. 25% of the vehicles on the road in Norway are electric, and 90% have a plug of new car sales. And next year in 2025, they're hoping to get that to zero, except for vans, or will be accepted. For the most part, society has accepted it and been quite happy because, at some point, there's so many of them around that that they're not bad things. They're good
Yeah, and
things.
because they started doing this decades ago, it's been a more gradual transition where I think it's a bit of a struggle in the US right now because, Biden and the Inflation Reduction Act, it's a fairly fast transition because, the US was kind of behind.
The streets are quiet in Oslo. The air is pleasantly free of fumes.
There's been a noticeable improvement to the air quality in the city?
Yeah, it is. So around 20% reduction of local pollution.
It was actually noticeable when a gas-powered car sputtered by.
We're all motivated by the climate, but really it's the technology that we're going for and the economics, right? I mean, that's very few people are doing it for the climate. I know a few, but largely, it's not their first concern. It's like looking into the future. And, the grid is not collapsing, and there's not that many growing pains, actually. Gas stations, like I said, are now called energy stations because the chargers are more important. People are taking cars instead of buses into the city because it's so cheap to operate the EV. It's cheaper than the bus. So they say, well, why should I pay a premium for a bus when I can go on my own little car, listen to my music, or do whatever? So they have to respond to that by lowering the prices of bus transport. The government is planning on phasing out new incentives because EVs are the new normal now, and they don't really have to make them the new normal anymore. Norway will end the sale of new ICE vehicles, internal combustion engine vehicles, that is, if you're new to the show, in 2025.
The streets are quiet in Oslo. The air is pleasantly free of fumes.